Welcome to Grismold, the Dreadsower. As far as our opening hand goes, we do have 2 lands and we have a swamp. But we're not going to be able to hit that 3 visits. So let's go and mulligan on this one. And yeah, we can keep on this one. We've got 3 lands. We've got an hopefully open Skyshroud claim. And we'll keep on this one. We do have to put 1 card on the bottom. I guess at this point, what we'll probably do is just put Demonic Vigor. And then click OK and let our opponent get this game started. We're playing against Leovold, Mr. Better Call Saul, the Slime Ball Elf Lawyer. Uh, Leovold, I do not enjoy playing against Leovold, 100%. All right, so let's go lead off with the Temple of Malady. Let's get a little Scry and some Scurry, and maybe just a little bit of Fever sprinkled in there. Yeah, we'll put that on top because that can come into play untapped. And then anything else, pass it over to our opponent. We're playing Grismold, the Dreadsower. Trample at the beginning of your end step. Each player creates a 1/1 green plant creature token. Then, whenever a creature token dies, put a +1 counter on Grismold. Play against Leovold. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Then, whenever you are a permanent you control becomes the target of ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. So, we'll see what what's in store for us this game. Now, if we want to, actually, yeah, we do have a line of play to where we can sequence it with Skyshroud Claim. Yeah, I guess it's okay if we still just go and lead off with Cathedral of War because we have nothing for 2, and then we'll go and pass the turn. So we're looking at a pretty quick Leovold. Hopefully we can do something about that. We did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to head over to Leovold's law offices and spray some graffiti on his law office building, he's got them set up over there. That'll work out for you. So make sure you do that. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off anything off the website. So if you haven't treated yourself in a long time, make sure that you do. Let's have Blooming Marsh. Yeah, we'll just go for grid. I know we're leaving ourselves open to some spot removal, but if they want to jam a Leovold, at least we do have Grismold down. And then anything else, pass it over to our opponent. But yeah, check out inkgaming.com. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits, or both, to help support cool content like this. And if you can't do that, hey, no problem. Just tell somebody about the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. So if you're keeping score at home, it is officially free time. Let's have some fun. And welcome to the Grismold family Christmas tree, too. That's always a lot of fun. All right, so opponent's going to go for Rites of Flourishing, which is a one-sided card draw advantage for them. And before you hop into the comments, why am I playing against Leovold? I play 1 versus 1 commander on Magic Online. That's why our life totals are 30. And Leovold is not banned in 1 versus 1 commander. But you're like, hey, Joel, why? You know, Leovold's banned in a multiplayer setting. Shouldn't it be banned in 1v1? I agree with you. I don't have an answer. I don't know. It's pretty dumb. Yeah, you think. Anyways, all right. Let's get back. All right, so yeah, it just drives me nuts every time I see old Leovold over there. It's just not a fun commander to play against. So we've got Skyshroud Claim. That's going to allow us to grab a couple extra lands. But do we really need to ramp that bad? We've got Cathedral of War. We can pop some of these plant tokens. I think I'd kind of wait on Maelstrom Pulse, to be perfectly honest. And so let's go ahead and do that. So let's just get ahead on mana. We're still gonna get the Cathedral of War trigger, which is gonna be good. Scrap ourselves an Overgrown Tomb. Let's have a Bayou. Nothing for 2, so we're just gonna have the at least the Overgrown Tomb come into play tapped, and then let's go and push it. Oh, I think we could make a land drop with Homeward Pass. Sorry about that. I'm not going to swing it with the plant token. I just now saw that. So we're going to get the Exalted trigger for a 4/4. At least we're going to be able to get in. Yeah, a little bit of a misplay on my part because we could have gotten down. Yep, that's a bummer. I could have gotten down Worn Power Stone, but hey, that happens. So we'll try to rebound from that next turn. And then anything else, pass it over our opponent. But yeah, with the Grismold family Christmas tree, one of my family's favorite holiday movies to watch is Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. And if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Go check it out. It's a great movie, and they always refer to their really big tree as the Griswold, because that's their last name, Griswold family Christmas tree. And with him being so close to Griswold, it's just kind of, hey, it just fits perfectly in there. So the Grismold family Christmas tree, that's what we're trying to do in this video. Is we're just going to, and he kind of does look like a Christmas tree. Not really, but at least you can hang a lot of ornaments on him. He's got a lot of vines over there, so kind of fits perfectly on theme. Now, opponents, if they don't tap any mana down, don't really feel super great going into next turn. Phantasmal Image. Let's see are they going to choose a copy of our Grismold family Christmas tree? Okay. So that's going to be some extra plant tokens, but in the world of the Grismolds, who are going to get more counters first? Well, actually, okay. So that's going to be an extra card draw. So we need to pulse on this one. Whenever a creature token dies. So let's make the land drop so we don't forget, because that would have been better last turn. We can... we can do this. So we can go Totem Armor. I would love to keep Maelstrom Pulse up for plant token, but this is just not going to be good for us. So we're going to go Totem Armor on Grismold, and we'll see if our opponent's got any sort of response. Okay, so let's go Maelstrom Pulse. And here's the bummer about playing against old Grismold over there, or Leovold, is that they're still going to cash in a card draw, which is just bleh. All right, so we're still at least going to force the sacrifice from Grismold with Maelstrom Pulse. So even if they do have some sort of counter magic, since it is a sacrifice phantasmal image, we're at least going to be able to keep it off the battlefield. So we're going to get rid of that. That's still going to allow us to swing in with Grismold. In fact, let's go ahead and go for that. That's going to be a 4/4 coming across. There we go. Going to get the Exalted trigger. It's going to make it a 5/5. And so if they do want to block, we're going to have to see some plant tokens block, or either way, getting in for some commander damage early on. Because one of the cool things about this deck is that we can... there's a couple turns to where if we've been able to, yes, we definitely want to draw a card. Oh yeah, I want to, but we can't. And then pass the turn. Oh, Leovold's just sitting there smiling when I go to, he pops my hand when I go to draw that card from Snake Umbra. Leovold. But yeah, one of the cool things about this, as long as you can get in for some pretty good commander damage, there are some times to where you can get down a really nice Voltron package, or, let's say we ended up going for Pulse on some of these plant tokens, that would have allowed us to... get a lot of +1 counters on Grismold. So we'll see what is happening right now. Dig through time. Okay, opponent's going to go for a dig through time. They're going to dig into their library just a little bit deeper. And but yeah, like I mentioned, with getting that commander damage about halfway there, it just makes it to where your opponent's going to have an answer. Because let's say we find one of our creature tokens get -1/-1, so that's really going to buff up Grismold. Next thing you know, they've got a 3/3 and a 1/1 that's trying to stare down a Grismold that's around 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be 8 tokens on there. That's going to be 12 right there. So if you're keeping score, 12 + 9, that will be total commander damage. So that's one of the cool things about this deck, is that if your opponent's going to take some kind of like chip shots here and there, once you get to about halfway to commander damage, it's pretty cool. And as far as Grismold goes, this is a fun deck. I love playing Grismold. It's one of my favorite commanders. Toxic for 4. That's going to clear everybody out. So unfortunately, we're not going to get the counters in time for that. So we're going to go and always yield to those triggers. There we go. A little bit of a bummer, but... hey, that's Grismold sometime. But I do like that, because that sets them back on Leovold. I don't think they have enough mana to recast Leovold. So we can at least redeploy the family Christmas tree to start swinging in. All right, so we're going to cash in an extra card draw from Rites of Flourishing, because Better Call Saul is not on the battlefield anymore. Now, if this is the case, I feel like we really need to deploy some stuff out. Let's be 1, 2. If they've got counter magic, they've got it. We're going to go for Gilded Lotus. We're going to try our hand at a Read the Bones, which will be pretty good if this does resolve. If they want to counter this spell, hey, I'd much rather cash in a Read the Bones. That's going to work out for us. Are we going to see Cryptic Command? This might be Cryptic Command, man. Triple blue. Mindbreak Trap. 3 more spells. You may pay... Oh, okay, yeah, they did pay full sticker price for that. That's fine. All right, so we're going to Read the Bones on this one. Scry 2, Scurry 2, and cash in 2. Yeah, both of those are wonderful options that we do want to see, and we're going to be able to draw into both of them. So let's go and pass the turn over to our opponents. Kick it back over there. With them having to use Mindbreak Trap as a hard counter, I kind of like that. It feels pretty good. And the other cool thing is that once we go for Leovold, because Leovold's been sent back, I think, 1 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That still keeps us open for a Swiftfoot Boot swing in. Now, if they do end up going, Consecrated Sphinx. So that's definitely going to get that Toxic Deluge out of our hand. We don't really want to see that on the battlefield. So we draw into Alpha Authority. That's going to be 2 card draw. The good thing, that's the bummer, is that unfortunately we don't get to... we don't have any instant speed removal on that Consecrated Sphinx. Okay, well, Illness in the Ranks, that really does kind of help us out. So let's do this. We definitely need to deal with Consecrated Sphinx at this point right now. So let's tap down Cathedral of War. We're going to pay 6 life on this because adios muchacho, we don't want you here anymore, buddy. So we're going to pay 6. If they've got a counter spell, then hey, they've got it. All right, there we go. Get rid of Consecrated Sphinx. That's going to be Grismold for 5 total mana. Yeah, I think I kind of like just kind of deploying this stuff out next turn. I think that sounds pretty good. So let's just get Grismold out there, because if they do have counter magic, or if they do have some... Man, they got 8 cards in the hand. Do we want to roll this out? Let's try this. Let's go for Talisman of Resilience. Just kind of go a little bit more of a value play, because we're generating a pretty good chunk of mana at this point right now. Now, we did miss out. There will be able to get down Leovold, but that's going to be at least 5 total mana. That's going to be a pretty good chunk of their mana. And yeah, I think I like bottlenecking everything into one turn. We could try to go for Illness of the Ranks with Talisman, but if they've got like a mana leak or something like that, I don't really want to play Illness in the Ranks into a mana leak. So we're simply just going to do this. We're just going to go and pass the turn. Now, we've gotten to turn 8, and this has been a pretty decent game with Leovold, so I'm enjoying that so far. Yeah, to hit on earlier what I said in the video, my least favorite commanders to play against is probably Brea. It's going to be Narset and Leovold, mainly because in 1v1, it's just brutal. I mean, if you just don't have any sort of answer right then and there, it's just really hard to deal with. And the way Leovold is, designed as a card, it's just not good. It's not fun to play in 1v1. I mean, just because you have so many one-sided ways that you can generate just so much card advantage, that it is just insanely hard to just combat what your opponent's doing. So there we go. All right, we're able to cash in an extra card draw. That's going to be Canopy Cover. All right, let's see. Let's go Swiftfoot Boots. That's going to be 1/2. And let's see if we can get this to stick. Now, if they've got counter magic, they've got it. We're going to have to redeploy on this. And Swiftfoot Boots. Yeah, because they might be able to bounce. Oh, Vincer. Okay. All right, but they do have to send it back to the hand, which, that's fine with us. Ooh, wait. So instead of actually Vincering Grismold back to the hand, so it makes me feel like they've got another counter spell. All right, let's go Gary Guildgate, because what they could have done is they could have just bounced Grismold back to the hand, but they waited for it to enter the battlefield. I guess the sequencing, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I guess they were just trying to get us to, pay that mana for Swiftfoot Boots. Yeah, we've got a ton of mana. We might as well just go for another Leovold. If they've got an answer, they've got an answer. It does help if we tap down for green, though. All right, so we're going to go Grismold. Grismold's so ready to punch Leovold in the face. he's mad. Look at that family Christmas tree. He angry. All right, so we're going to get some plant tokens on the battlefield. Let's see what our opponent's cracking over here. Either way, it's been a pretty decent game so far. And let's see. And with them going down to 6, I mean, if we get some plant tokens on the battlefield, they're going to go down to 5. I mean, we've got some good stuff in the hand. Canopy Cover, Alpha Authority. We might be able to sneak something in. We'll see what they're going for. Yeah, because that puts us on Swiftfoot Boots. We'd have to recast it. That's going to be 7 mana. We got Illness in the Ranks. That's immediately going to make it a 5/5. So at least we've got somewhat of a game right now. They're going to have some sort of bounce spell, some sort of removal spell. They do have 7 cards in the hand, so more than likely they do. But at least we do have the cards in our hand to help us try to get to that win position. So, and if this is a Cyclonic Rift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Frost Titan. Okay, Frost Titan's going to come down. It doesn't untap during. It's going to tap down Grismold. Okay, and that doesn't allow us to swing in. Now, we do have a plant token that we can make. We can make sure it's not going to be blocked. We're going to see the whole crew swinging in. That's going to be 4/5. That's going to put us down to 17. And we'll see what we can do. If we rip into like a sort of blank and blank, I mean, with Canopy Cover and Swiftfoot Boots. Oh, yeah, well, with D, that's definitely Yeah, because with D, they can just pop everything. Okay, Momentous Fall. We're not going to be able to cash in an extra card draw, and we're especially not going to be able to take advantage of Momentous Fall with Leovold on the battlefield. Now, with them getting down D, there's probably not much that we can do on this one. I mean, we can get some counters on the plant token, but that it's not going to do anything. They're just going to be able to Frost Titan their way out of this one. I guess we just try to boot. Yeah, but even if we boots, we've got 3 mana on a Pernicious Deed activation that's going to pop them. It's going to be X or less. It's pretty much just going to clean up our entire board state once that happens, because you can tell that we've got Alpha, we've got Illness in the ranks, Canopy Cover. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and scoop up on this one. I mean, because even if we just deploy everything out in our hand, we can't use Momentous Fall. We get Alpha Authority, Illness in the ranks. This is everything that we need to do to try to get assemble some sort of win. What I'm going to do on this is I'm at least just going to show you what's possible. So let's go Swiftfoot Boots. We'll see if this is going to stick. And then that way I can just show you what is capable of Grismold when you're not having to play against Leovold, basically. So... All right, they're going to go for Croson Grip. All right, so that's going to get rid of that one. We cannot equip for 1. Let's go Alpha Authority on Grismold. It's going to make Grismold have Hexproof. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. And, you know, there is some sequencing to Pernicious Deed being active at this point right now. Because with Pernicious Deed, you know, if they want to crack it right now to pop Grismold, they certainly could. All right, so we're going to give that... And then if we overextend into it, then they're just going to be able to get it. But we're still going to get Illness in the ranks down. So you can see where this would, you know, let's say we have a few more tokens on the battlefield. Our opponent sitting at a 5/5. We've got, let's go ahead and always yield to that trigger. We've got Cathedral of War out here. So we've got a 5/5. Then, even then, with something like Momentous Fall, that would allow us to kind of close the game out. But yeah, let's go and pass it over to our opponent. Not much we can do about this one, but we gave old Leovold a run for the money. And look at this. Watch, we're going to get a few plant tokens down unless our opponent pops Deed, which they're probably going to do that. So at the end of the end step, we're going to be able to get 2 more tokens on there. So you can see where that would just be a... I think our opponent went for... Oh yeah, they went for 2 to keep Leovold on the battlefield. So that's going to be Snapcaster. This is doing their end step on Dig Through Time. All right, so we're going to let them go and go on through that. And... you know, there's a super small chance we might be able to close this one out, so we're going to let them go and go through this turn. But yeah, Grismold typically is not the commander you want to face against Leovold, but we did pretty good. I mean, we got to turn 10, which is a pretty good showing. So, all right, they're going to go through Dig Through Time. Then once we get to their turn, I'll jump into commentary. And also, you know, with commanders like this, I've gotten so many commanders in my, you know, whatever you want to call it, my digital deck box or whatever you want to call it, to where I do want to try to work back through a lot. Scavenger, we're scooping up. That's it. Good game. I'm not playing this one out. Uncle. Good game, buddy. I hate scavenging ooze. But yeah, you know, with a lot of these commanders, I'm really trying to mix up, make sure that I record a lot of these commanders, and there's just going to be okay, cool, buddy. You're playing Leovold. Very nice. Let's get that moved out of the way. But yeah, you know, with a lot of these older commanders, I always love to get a win with these commanders. I guess older is not the correct phrase, but commanders that I haven't played that frequently. One of the things that I really want to try to do is make sure that I'm hitting a lot of these commanders. I don't want to just do them one time when they release and then forget about them. And so sometimes you end up with these videos to where... you know, we get to the 20-minute mark, you know, with the amount of time that I have to spend into the channel, like I almost kind of need to release this. So I always want to grab a win. We did kind of showcase what Grismold is capable of, and the fact that we did kind of give Leovold a run for the money, that's a pretty good feeling. So if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.